Hello everybody, welcome back to the RaceCraft server. Today we are going to continue on progress with the monument building. It's been a little while since I've done any work on the actual structure of the building. I've been working on some of the details. But before we get to that, we've got some things to address. As always it seems, I can't leave this place for more than like 30 minutes without somebody pranking the place. But first, I just want to show that the Meltopia citizenship has given us a peace offering for their melon prank on the room. So Duck gave me a bunch of glass, and that glass was pretty important. You can see already we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 more faces done, which means only 2 remaining. They are done on both sides. Now let's take a quick look at these. So this one is the zombie. That one was pretty difficult. It was more difficult than I thought it was going to be. The narrow, because this is 2 blocks narrower than a face should be, so that kind of threw me for a loop. And the green versus the lime green. His face is a little bit darker green than this. That color doesn't exist, so that's the best we could do. This is the skeleton face. His face is pretty boring, but pretty easy to read. I like the skeleton face. That's a good one. This is a spider. That's a pressure plate. This is a spider. This one is probably the most artistic inspired one, because there's no way a spider's face will fit in this window. So I try to give him some of the details he has, which is the fangs. He's got the big eyes and the small eyes above those, so that reads fairly well. And he's kind of got those angry eyebrows if you look at a spider's face. Maybe if we find a spider around, we'll look at it. But yeah, I gave him the angry eyebrows. And then we got one of my favorites, the Enderman. The Enderman looks really cool during the day, a little bit derpy at night. The gray kind of fades away at night, and you just see the black and the purple. But those bright purple eyes glowing through the night are pretty cool, and especially once we get some lighting in this darn building. That will improve, I believe. So that means I got 2 windows remaining, and I honestly am quite confused as to what to do with these, because these are the main overworld mobs here. If I go ahead and include other mobs, it would probably be the zombie pigman and the witch. I don't know how I feel about that. I could do either the zombie pigman and the witch. Let's see, what other things can we do? We could do a testificate. There's silverfish really wouldn't work. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody here. Ghast face, but if I included ghast face, I think I would do a ghast and a zombie pigman instead. So if you have any ideas for what I could do with this, let me know. Which 2 remaining mobs would you like to see? And if you don't have a suggestion, I'll just pick 2. Pick 2 that look good. I'll design a couple out and pick the ones I think look best. But this, I appreciate the effort, Joe, but not exactly the kind of thing I had in mind for the mural at the end. You know, it's just a little too Jolo-centric. I don't think that is all-encompassing Minecraft, so I'm gonna have to tear it down. I know you're gonna be heartbroken, but it's gotta go. Alrighty, so that's all gone. And I guess thanks for the donation of glass there, Joe. That's actually a pretty good amount of green and white. And that will come in useful for this back mural, because it's going to be, I think what I've decided to do is I want to make like a typical Minecraft landscape. You know, when you think of a Minecraft world, you kind of have a predetermined little picture of what you would think of. So just a normal forest, maybe off to a beach. So that would be in this back, and this was going to be huge. So it would probably be, let me just trace it out here, up to here and all the way across and down. So plenty of room to work with. I won't be restricted like I was with these guys. But let's just look at these again from the inside. Really quite pleased with how these are coming out. They look nice from the inside, but they're not too distracting, I don't think. You can still focus on the blocks just fine. But now it's time to move on. We've got to figure out this front facade and the sides. What I've done is kind of did some material gathering. Well, not really gathering. This is all mostly stuff I had, but I kind of put like a color palette together inside of a chest so I know what I have to work with. And I think the first thing we'll start with is connecting, because these sides came together basically by accident. I just kind of worked these out, not even considering the front. So I've got to tie this all the way across, but I want it to come out a little bit, and it's going to incorporate the dome top as well. So a lot of stuff to work out here today. Let me sleep off this night and we will get to work in the morning. Alright, I think I'm pretty much ready, but I hear a spider. I don't want him making noise the whole time I'm working, so I'm going to find him, and that'll give us an opportunity to look at his face. His face? Where you at, guy? Oh, this was the wrong way to go. I am trapped. Can I get these back? Yes. Okay. Let's fix the floor. I don't know where that guy is at. I hear him over here. Gosh, it's so hard to figure out where spiders are. It's gotta be in here. Yep. So you can see those eyebrows I was talking about. They're actually red, but I think they read pretty well as the black, so I'm gonna leave them that. And I'm stuck again. Let's see, let's go. And this was stone brick. Okay. So I made a little scaffolding here, or just a temporary ladder. Now let's walk up here real quick, take a look. So this level, I want to, let's see. I think I want to go up one more here. But what do I want to do it out of? It's going to have to go all the way across. So it would tie into this layer. I could go cyan clay again and take that upward, but from there it's going to be flat back to where the dome is. I believe that's the look I want to go for, so let me grab maybe some cyan clay and we'll see what we want to do there. Okay, so I've gone ahead and put another layer of cyan clay here, and I made a floor out of spruce planks, or spruce slabs, more than anything to save some interior space. And I did this for the sake of, we have to remember that there needs to be a second floor to this building. So this seems like a logical place to put the floor. It would be the bottom of this block, all the way, all the way down. That gives us plenty of room for the bottom floor, and it doesn't obstruct the view of the windows from the bottom. But it's added another dimension of complication to the front here, because now I need to take into account I want at least 3 high ceiling on the sides of the building. So let me just plop down. This likely won't be the material we use. 3 stained clay there. So that's the minimum height for the sides of the building. So all the way down here would be 2 higher than the logs. And I'm okay with that 3 because that would be a very narrow roof normally, but it's going to dome upwards, so I'm okay with it being only 3 at the edges. That will work just fine in the grand scheme of things. So I'm going to do that to both sides so I don't forget. But now, gosh, I really need to be down there. I got no boots on, so it's going to hurt. Yeah. Yeah, I lost my chainmail boots. That lasted one episode. So let's see. That gives us a good idea as to how tall this thing's going to be. And I like the way this outlines these wooden columns. But now I want something brighter. So I think I'm going to change over to either stone brick or stone slab. And let's bring... Oh, I've got way too much stuff on me. Let me ditch some of this mob drop crap. And let's bring some dark oak with us as well. Because I may want to put a structural beam across that as well. Let's see if I can still get up here. Nope. I thought that was going to fix it. I don't know why. There. Can I get up here? Yep. Now let's see. Not going to be a whole lot of glass up here, so I can make this a pretty bulky structure. Let's go 3. Now let's change it up a little because we got the front here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 open. So we'll go up 4 here maybe. Now do I want to just go across like that and just leave them as so? Yeah, let's just experiment with that for now. Let's go 4 here. And we'll do 5 here. And this is our center, so this will be 5. And that'll give us an idea as to how high the roof will be in the center. Did I go too high? I feel like I did. Nope, I didn't. Just wasted blocks though. I did finally get a decent working bank, and it's an unbreaking 2, efficiency 4. That's better than nothing. It's not the efficiency, or the unbreaking 3, efficiency 4 I wanted, but close enough. So now I can do math. Let's see, this will be 4. And this will be 4. Is it nighttime already? Jeez. Alright, so this will be 4, and then this one will be 3. 2, 3, and this one as well. So in the grand scheme of things, this needs to go away, and probably... Well, let's leave that open for now. So here's something else to consider. We are up really high, so we are now at 91, and it will start to snow at this level, so unfortunately lighting is going to be important. So I'm going to have to torch this top of the building. Well, not torch it, but put a lot of torches on it so that it doesn't get built up with snow. There may be some snow in the top of the dome, stuff like that. That would be fine. That actually would probably look pretty cool, but I don't want the whole front of the building to be covered in snow all the time. Okay, let me sleep off the night and we'll see how that height looks. Okay, so now you start to get a real good feel for how tall this thing's going to be. And it's starting to look a little bit more to scale to me. With that real low ceiling, it was looking a little squat for the huge scale of the building, so this is making me happy. Now, I guess the natural thing to be there would be glass, because that's what the theme is, but no, I want to change that up and make those solid blocks all but in the middle. So let me look through our supplies. Let's see, I'm going to grab some limestone clay. We might use that. We got oak already, yes, and let's see what else. Yeah, acacia is something that we have used in the floor of the building, but we haven't used anywhere else, so I'm going to bring that along as well. Now let's see. We've got gray stone brick. Hi, guy. Oh, you're going to pathfind up here, aren't you? Don't you even. Don't you blow up. Just because there's a creeper there does not mean you get to live here. I can't wait to get a ceiling on this place so I can work out some lighting. It's been pretty treacherous to work around this place with no lighting. Okay, so let me see what this is going to do. Now the gray on gray isn't a spectacular look, but there might be enough texture difference that it could work. We will see. On this side, we'll try the lime, and this is typically what I'll do. I will just throw some blocks in there to wherever I need, wherever I'm working, and I'll sit back and I'll look and see which one works the best. It seems to be the way I've always built, and I guess that will never change, because I will never be a planner. I just don't see it happening. What else could we do? The other thing I was thinking was these, which is a little weird because it'll be all half slab, but hey, we fought to have these still in the game, the full stone slabs, so I guess I might as well use them. And it would go, in this case I could do something like that, so that would be nice. This I couldn't do that, those I couldn't do that. Actually, this is the only one that I could do that with, so let's see. I think I'll just make the jump once I eat some food. I like the way this looks, but I don't like the way it looks with this. It doesn't make much sense. This looks good, but not great. This is neat, I like that, and this is probably my favorite. The one that I thought I was going to like the least is definitely my favorite. I like the way it will gradient down, and we can do... Ooh, that'll be difficult, because this is a 4 wide opening. But I could get rid of that, could I not? Let's see. I'm going to tear down these, because I definitely don't like those compared to that stone slab. I really did not expect that to jump as much as it does. You know, it really pops. Even with that little bit of color difference. So I knock these guys down and we'll work out what to do with the corner. So for the stone slab thing to work, we need this to be 3 wide. But for it to be 3 wide, that's going to make a flat wall here. I don't like that. So if we curved it like this, and then it would curve back this way, so there would be at least a gap between the front and the 2, and then maybe I could throw some of the cobblestone walls right here to accent it. That might be a neat thing to throw in there, and a little bit of detail. I need to get rid of this and replace it with this. Let me go ahead and do the other side real quick before I forget what I did, because I am very prone to doing that. Alrighty, so I'm pleased with how everything looks except for this. It doesn't look quite right. And overall, what I guess I didn't foresee happening was that what this has done is made it so it's more of a complete angle down, so it's more like a pitched roof than a dome. The dome doesn't necessarily have to follow this. I really like the way this looks. I just don't like it in repetition. So I think what I'm going to end up doing is changing up the outside ones. What could I do with those? Okay, so I've hit a bit of a roadblock here. I kind of expected this to happen. This is going to be a very complicated thing to work out, is this dome to this front facade. I kind of gave up on working out the whole thing. I went back to having stone slabs in every one of these, because I think that's the look I want to go with. I'm only working on one side now, so ignore everything that's happening over there. So I started working out the arch of the dome, because I think that's going to be the most important thing. Everything else is going to have to work away from that. I've got this. I like this part of it. Just starts going down a little too quick. That dirt's kind of blocking the view. So let me smooth out this arch maybe a little bit and we'll see if that improves anything. Okay, now we're getting a little bit closer. I still don't like that this is kind of being hidden a little bit by the brick over here. But from the side, I think that is correct. If it was any higher here, it would look too straight up. So we may just have to work with that. I may even lower this brick one. Now I'm gonna try and copy this and on the other side and figure out what we're gonna fill in here, because that's gonna have a big impact on this. Alright, so you know how sometimes you're working on a project and you forget what you're doing because you've been looking at it so long that everything just starts blending together and you start doing things that don't make any sense? I think that's what has happened here. I kept trying things and nothing was working out, so I ended up taking a little break from it. I just took my eyes off of it for a minute and I came back and nothing made sense. We had a huge stone facade on top of a wooden support. That doesn't make any visual sense because why would you support the huge stone temple with wooden uprights? That would be backwards. Usually you'd have big stone columns holding up the wooden structure. Yeah, it was turning out to be pretty disastrous in my opinion. But I think I've got something worked out that I'm pretty happy with. So this is where we're sitting. I've replaced the stone brick with the oak logs, so it does follow the same pattern. It does not incorporate the stained clay or the glass, so it does look a little different. So I kept my stone half slabs there with the same like upward pattern. I've got the dome all finished in. We've got the support logs coming out the top of those. And that is set pretty far back from this front face. If we go to the side, you can get a little bit more perspective on that. You can see that it is set back pretty far. I like it from this angle quite a lot. That is something that was important to me because I was trying to make it look like it was all one building, and now it does. It doesn't look like just the front facade tacked on there. What else? Filled in this, so that's going to be... It's going to be something. It's going to be some kind of glass work. I'm not sure if it's going to be just a normal glass or if I'm going to try and put something in there. I'll have to think about that. It could not even be glass. It could be something completely different. But that's going to be beyond what my brain can comprehend today. I exerted every bit of my brain power trying to figure out this front, how to tie everything in together. But overall, I am very pleased with how it's come out. It looks different enough from the bottom, I think, that it looks like two significant floors. You know, it doesn't look like it's all one piece. You can look from the inside, which is all messed up. Don't worry about any of this. This is all just scaffolding and random stuff like that. And don't mind the cat freaking out in the room, too. Yeah, anyway, we've got all sorts of junk floating around up there, but you can see how much room will be on that second floor. It's a little bit more cramped, especially when you compare it to how huge this first floor is, but I think it'll be plenty of room for what I want to do up there. And it actually looks pretty neat from the inside as well, so that worked out just fine. This will end up going away. I thought we were going to do a floor there, but that is not going to happen, so that will be disappearing. That floor, the ceiling will now be up here. So what that means is I have got a lot of work ahead of me, off-camera wise, to finish out this floor. The roof is what we'll start working on next episode. It won't be just a straight on back, wood slabs all the way back. I want to do some supports in there and make it like patterned, so maybe those supports will tie into this. I'm big into structure. I want these I want this building to look like it could hold itself up, and I want it to just look like it's purely aesthetic. So I want these columns to, the roof columns to tie into these columns and look like it's all load bearing. That's the goal anyway. Now we can kind of see what I mean about the Enderman looking a little derpy at night. That gray just kind of really pops at night for some reason. Oh well. There will be light in here eventually. But that is definitely all we have time for today. That took significantly longer than I expected it to. Well, I guess not. I knew that was going to be the most difficult thing to work out. And it did prove to be that. Where are you? You were sneaky. Get out of here. I do want to do a little bit more detail in the front. We will see about that later on. Maybe adding some more of these cobblestone walls into here with some torches, especially to brighten it up. But yeah, I am effectively burnt out on it right now, so that will be it for today. Thank you for watching as always, and I'll see you next time.